I'm on a 2-week sabbatical. You know what, sabbatical's not even the right word. A sabbatical is what you do when you take a break from work. And this week, I'm actually doing a ton of work, but in a good way. So this week, I'm in the countryside, which is so nice. The weather is glorious. My mother-in-law recently had quite a major surgery, and so she just needs a little bit of help. She needs some taking care of, so I'm just going to be cooking for her and doing the bits that she basically can't do. Which means I am basically housebound for a week, which is actually a very good thing. I made a joke on an Instagram story recently that burnout is scared of me. And it is, because I've been doing my job, whether it's social media, content creation stuff for brands, and then doing film interviews and junkets and hosting some screenings and prepping for those, and then running a whole business, aka the Rhubarb Society, which is everything from the social media to the newsletters to the website to the merchandise, the posting, the packaging, the returns, the queries, the issues, planning events, developing new merchandise and stash, as I like to call it. And then also deciding to do YouTube, and then also having a Substack where I write. I'm telling you, burnout is afraid of me. And what this week is really good for is sitting down and actually taking the time to do all of it with no distractions. When I'm in London, there are 400 million things going on. So many appointments and meetings and events. And I basically have 100 million commitments. Whereas here, all I had to do, make sure the dogs are looked after, cook amazing food every day, take walks in the garden, obviously tend to my mother-in-law, but also I can just sit and I can write and I can create, and that's very nice. And the next week I'm going camping and I have absolutely no signal where I go. So this week's vlog is going to be my country sabbatical. Then I think the next YouTube video will be my camping sabbatical. So far I have roasted a chicken, I've made bone broth, I've made a salty vanilla syrup for my morning matches because I need those here. Because I'm a good half an hour walk from the nearest coffee shop. Not that I want to be walking anywhere in this weather. And I always have this very intense craving for egg drop soup. And now that I've made a bone broth and I have the chicken, I think I'm going to make an egg drop soup today. Also, the mulberries on the mulberry tree are very ripe and they're falling, so I might pick those. Try and do something with those. And I have a load of figs that I also need to do something with, so welcome. Welcome to cottagecore, country farming, Labubu, Dubai chocolate land. That's what we're doing here. Say good morning. Good morning, rhubarb. Make yawn. Okay, is it breakfast time? Come on, I know you're waiting for breakfast. So this morning you have lamb, and I'm going to give you a little bit of salmon oil. Whee! Yummy! Okay, princess. There you go. The other guys have had theirs, and they're just watching. My mother-in-law was telling me that apparently the river here back in the day was used a lot for barges to ship materials up to make silk, I believe. I think there was a silk factory somewhere up this river. So they planted a load of mulberry trees along this river, which is why there's one here, but they planted the wrong type of mulberry trees. They wanted the ones for the silkworms, but instead they just got the ones filled with mulberries, which is why they're all here. This tree is also a plum tree, I think. Is it green plums or is this apples? They look like tiny little apples, but I actually don't think they are. Let's go and squidge one. Okay, they're quite hard. And then we have a little pear tree here. Actually, the pears are growing quite big. I wonder if I could eat one of these. So the tree's still quite small and quite new, but there are some good-looking pears on there. Got my trees mixed up, I found the plum tree. Also, I slept on my hair wet last night. It's absolutely bonkers. These are the green plums. Oh yeah, those are definitely ripe. I think I could eat one of those. Oh, those are actually really nice. They're super crisp. I wonder if I could make something with them. I'm gonna start with my apple cider vinegar shot. And then breakfast, I'm either going to do yogurt or I think maybe I do peanut butter and banana on toast. Then iced matcha. And then get to work. So what's on the agenda today? Today sounds very much like the sort of agenda somebody of retirement would have. Rhubarb, come here. Come here, cheeky. She's crying outside the bedroom door because Henry's shut the door. Let me go let her in. Anyway, I'm going to sit and have breakfast, and then I think this morning I'm going to write a newsletter for the Rhubarb Society. So my friend Holly works for me part-time, and she basically does all the social and creative stuff. So she's doing the Instagram, she's been doing basically all of the newsletters. And I feel like now I have time, I can sit down and write some too. And then I'm also going to write an entry for my Substack. So just a nice morning of writing. Then I have tennis at 1 p.m. Henry and I are going to go and play, which is nice. Let me try and get this down the hatch. Hang on. My manager is messaging me about brand stuff I need to do, so I guess that's on my agenda today too. I'm doing a lot of cooking recently. Yesterday I made a cottage pie, and then I did like a grilled courgette parmesan side dish. I made egg drop soup, and then it's going to be a lazy day. I started reading The Shards this week. It's a book by Bret Easton Ellis. He's one of my favorite authors. American Psycho is actually one of my favorite books. I just love his writing style. It's so engaging, it's so interesting. I obviously love the satire, I love the topics he touches on. The Shards is his most recent work. I think it came out 24, 23. I can't put it down, it's so good. I started reading last night before bed. I started at about 9 o'clock and I was still reading at midnight. I was like, I need to stop. I'm very close to finishing the book, which is annoying because when a book is so good you just want to devour it. I understand, like, you can't stop reading, but I also want to be able to enjoy it and pace myself because it means I just run through books so quickly. But I think this afternoon I'll sit and read that. And then this evening I'm going for a pub quiz. And I'm going with Henry's parents. Or maybe just Henry's dad. I don't even think Henry's coming. Henry has to go back to London, so yeah, it's just going to be me and all the locals who are going for a pub quiz together, which will be interesting. I do love a quiz though. Hopefully I can contribute with film and pop culture. That's about it though. My history's terrible, my geography's terrible. My general knowledge is not that good. My sports knowledge isn't too bad, but it's not very varied, so yeah, that's my day today, I guess. Kind of coming to the end of the first week of the sabbatical. It's gone very quickly. When I get home on Saturday, I have a very quick turnaround because I have friends coming over. We're doing drinks and dinner, and then we're going for karaoke. And then Sunday, we have to prep everything for camping as we leave super early on Monday morning. So that's kind of how the week's looking. I need to find some time as well to edit this YouTube video. I guess I can do some of that tomorrow. Yeah, let's crack on with the day. Let's start with breakfast. Okay, we're starting with peanut butter, banana, and a little bit of cinnamon on toast. Because there's fresh bread, and it seems like a waste. Otherwise, it just ends up going to the ducks and the swans. Ooh, super lightly toasted seeded bread. Oh, so good.
Food in the street if you went out without a hat.
Rebellion was in the air in 1920s.
The restaurant. You then get in the car and drive 60 miles down to the coast. You then go to a nightclub. You then might go somewhere else, and you finished up with breakfast at 5 o'clock in the morning somewhere back in Soho. There's this constant, the constant set of things whirling round, and cars going at high speeds, and hyped up gramophone records.
The bright young people arranged treasure hunts all over the city.
This book is so good. I'm absolutely devouring it. I'm trying to pace the reading on it because I want to enjoy it, but I'm also so intrigued. Like, I just want to know what happens in it. In classic Bret Easton Ellis style, it's very graphic and gory and indulgent, which I like. Obviously, there's some great satire in there, but it's also kind of it's basically a murder mystery. Is it a murder mystery? It's just so good. I'm really enjoying reading it on the hammock, even though someone is doing something very noisy next door. And Rhubarb is next to me, trying to make me throw the ball for her. Oh. Okay. And it's hot, so I don't want her to run around. I've been making her lie in the shade, but now she's getting a bit restless, so yeah. Spoiler alert, we did not win the quiz last... I know, baby. We didn't win the quiz last night, which is sad. I've also really been enjoying this podcast. I was recommended by somebody who follows me on TikTok. It's called American Ivy. Well, actually, the podcast is called Articles of Interest, but they have a 6-parter called American Ivy where they sort of break down Ivy League style. That is a very low-flying plane. It's absolutely fascinating. It's so good. That's not very nice, is it? That's a bit bratty of you. Absolutely fascinating. It's so interesting. I would 100% recommend. If you're interested in sort of certain elements of fashion and where preppy style started or where Ivy League style started, because it actually originated from Princeton. Of all the Ivy Leagues, Princeton is very well known for its sports. Well, it was back in the day. Whenever they were talking about it in the podcast. And so it was really common for all of the students to go in their sports gear, their team gear, to dinners or to lectures or to wherever they needed to be. And obviously loads of the style also filtered down from British, sort of Oxford, Cambridge, the plaids, the tweeds, the blazers. The whole thing is just, it's a really good listen, basically. I would recommend. So that's kind of the culture and the media I've been enjoying. So I'm going to go back to reading my book. And then maybe we'll catch up again when I'm back in London and I am preparing for this girls' night at mine and for karaoke. Just got back home, straight back into it. First thing I had to do was check on my garden because I was really worried it was so hot this week and I knew nothing would have been watered. So I've just gone out and sorted everything there. Everything's still alive, thank God. And had a few deliveries. I went to the Space NK opening last week, but when we were given our goodie bags, they were so heavy that I just dropped mine around the corner to Henry's office. And I haven't had a chance to go through it yet. So just about to do a little speed run through the stuff I was given in this goodie bag. I already know one of the things Henry has taken because it's something we both wanted. Ironic because our friends actually own the brand. Yet we still fight over stuff when we are given it because we love it that much. It's the Moods aromatherapy stuff, and we've had their rollerballs for ages, but they released their mists and we were given a mist in this bag. And it's the Genius Mist. It smells so good, but Henry stole it and kept it in his office because he says he needs it for work. At this point, I should probably just text our friends and be like, hey, can I get one of your damn mists? Because Henry steals all of them from me.